This is my 2019 Ford Ranger. I'm coming from a 2016 WRX. I just made this video to point out a couple things I've noticed and just a few just positive and negative things about it. I'm not a professional reviewer and there's a lot of better reviews out there. I'll link a couple in the description below. I'll start with the good. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the power, fuel economy. I did notice, I don't know if it's because I have the FX4 package. My MPG is about 1.5 MPG lower than the advertised MPG. It might just be because it's new. Maybe the computers are still calibrating or something. But I'm not getting the advertised MPG right now. It's still good. I'm also very happy with the handling. I'm coming from a WRX, which has a somewhat sportier tuning, I guess. And this isn't bad at all. My last truck was an early 90s Nissan, and there was a ton of roll in the body and stuff, and I was kind of expecting that. I haven't noticed that. I'm very happy with how this handles. When you go around turns, there's almost no body roll. It stays pretty flat. I mean, it's not a sports car, but it definitely is working for me. This is the XLT package, and I think the fit and finish of everything in the interior is pretty good. It's not a BMW or anything like that, but even with the cloth seats, I think it's pretty nice. It makes, well, my old WRX makes this look like a luxury car. Forgot to mention, this is the XLT package. It has Sync 3 and a couple other features. I think my favorite thing so far is the auto dimming brights. I drive a kind of a mountain road to work, and there's no street lights or anything, and it's nice that it automatically turns the brights on and off when there's cars coming. So far, that's actually one of my favorite things about the truck, even though it's such a small thing, and I know it comes standard on a lot of cars now. So I don't think the back seats are an unreasonable size. I still have a ton of legroom. I had my 6'4" coworker get in here. He still wasn't touching the ceiling, and he was almost touching the front, but he had room back here. I see a lot of reviews say it's horribly small and it's only good for children. I don't know what size children they have, but this is definitely okay for more than 90% of people. I want to go over some pet peeves I have with the truck. These are minor annoyances. They're not big issues. They're just things I haven't noticed in other reviews, so I'll cover them here. First problem, the cup holders are super tiny. This is a small Starbucks, and it takes up the whole cup holder. The front and back look about the same size. It works for most cups, but if you have a big thermos or something that you carry around all the time, it's probably not going to fit in here. This issue actually kind of seemed like a nice feature when I first noticed it, but it ended up being more of an annoyance than something nice. You can't turn off the infotainment system. There's a power button down here that just turns off the audio. As far as I know, I haven't found a way to actually turn it off without turning off the car. The problem is, if you turn off the car, the keys are out. If you stay in the car and you lock it, it still stays on, which sounds nice because maybe you just want to be locked in your car and you want to listen to the radio. Everything else is off, but this is still on. The problem is I've run into an issue with CarPlay where it won't recognize my phone, it won't charge it, it won't do anything. I'm not sure what causes it, but I've had the car about a week and it's already happened twice. The only way to fix it is to completely turn off the infotainment system and reboot it. The problem with that is, if I'm in the car and it's having issues with CarPlay, that means I have to get out of the car, lock it, then wait for it to shut down, then unlock the car and get back in. So I can't just turn off or reboot it, at least from inside the car, which is kind of annoying when I'm like trying to leave to work. It's cold outside. This is more of a software issue, and hopefully they fix it with the software update. Okay, so I found this issue yesterday. I'm in the back seat right now. The car's locked, and if I turn the light on, that's fine. Okay, now I'm gonna get out of the car. Okay, I unlocked the car. The lights are on because the doors are open. gonna close the door. See, it's still on. I lock it. Okay, it stays on. The front one's dimmed. They turned off. Back one didn't. Okay, great. So the other day I went into my house and I came back 10 minutes later and I saw the light was on and I realized I forgot it on. So I unlocked the car. I got in and I hit it. Okay, I assume the button would, now it's turned off. It's only on because the doors are open. Get back out. Lock the car. Front one's dim, the back one stays on. So the only way I can turn this light off now is if I get back in the car, shut the door, lock the car, so I have to lock myself in the car. Then I can turn it off. Then I can get out of the car and lock it and it'll stay off. So the only way to, if you turn on the light when you're in the car and when it's locked, the only way to turn it back off is to lock yourself in the car again. And I appreciate that Ford put in actual physical buttons for a lot of the climate controls and media controls. I know a lot of companies are moving towards all digital, and in this car the climate can still be controlled through the Sync 3. But even though the buttons are here, they're pretty much impossible to use without looking. There's no tactile like texture, there's no little like dots or dashes or just, there's nothing. There's pretty much no way using this without looking at it. When they're designing these, they really should try to operate these with like a blindfold or something, or just do something to try to get an idea of how this is to use on everyday driving. Because I think even after a couple of weeks, I still don't think I'll be able to figure this out without looking. So I really wish Ford would have put some steps in. They could put them right here, or cut out here, or cut out here to help. It's pretty high. I'm not that short. I would say I'm average. I think I've already said that. But if you're trying to get in the back with the tailgate down, your only option is to step here, which can be kind of tough if you're not super tall. This truck also doesn't have a whole lot of storage inside. The floor is not flat in the back. There is a swell that runs down the middle. And also, under the seats, there's not just a flat platform. And these cubby holes are not very big either. There's only really enough room for, I could probably put more here than some bungee cables, but you get the idea. It's just not very big. I have this ice scraper that I keep in my car, and there's no place for that. So like, oops, sorry. When I have people in the car, it just kind of has to go in the back or in the back of the back seat with them. It won't fit in either of these. The next couple issues I have to do with the armrest and the steering wheel. I'm not that small of a person, but I'm also not that big. I'm pretty average, and from a normal sitting position, neither of my arms can reach the armrest, as you can see. It'd be nice if they were a little bit bigger, or at least came out a little further on my left hand side and my right. It's not too big of an issue because I can lean over either way, but that's not super comfortable on long drives. I do a couple of like 8, 12, even like sometimes 16-hour drives, and this is not going to be super comfortable for that. Neither of these would be a big issue if I could hold the steering wheel here. This is my normal holding position on really long drives, but I don't know why, but this cutout is super tiny. I can't really fit my hand in there and rest it there in the center or here. So overall, man, I don't know how well this will do on a really long drive. Maybe I'll find a more comfortable position to hold everything. So from my seating position, the B floor is right at my blind spot. So like as soon as I turn my head to look over my shoulder, it's pretty much in the worst spot it could be. That leads to the next issue, which I filmed a video last night describing that. Okay, here's the dash. You're driving down the road. You need to change lanes or just look over your shoulder. You turn. You can't see because there's this big pillar. So you look, go a little further and there's this light. And there's been several times where I look over and I think it's a car. I mean, obviously it's a lock, but when you're just glancing over, it's just kind of annoying that there's a light right there. And it sticks out a lot in the dark. I know you're thinking, but Steven, that's a nice feature, being able to see if it's locked. And yeah, I agree. But there are sensors in each seat. Like the car can tell me, like when the people in the back seat don't have their seatbelts on. There's no reason they couldn't just turn off the light if there's nobody sitting back there.